Trump won. So we can get a few people in here. Uh, Trump won. So glad that Trump won. Uh, oh, shit. Let's see here. Hey, good morning. How are you this morning on this glorious day? Got a brand new president elect, Donald Trump. No more high taxes. No more communism. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden is gone. Well, they will be as of January 5th, but you get me some coffee this morning. Celebrating a little bit. Yeah, I just brewed my coffee. I just got my coffee brewed. Oh, woke up this morning and I seen those polls. I'm like, damn, Trump won. And man, you know, the Republicans won. Not bad for a cult, huh? I'm just a piece of garbage that voted for a felon. You guys know I voted for Trump with my little sticker at. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, I had a little sticker down here that said I voted today, but oh well. All I know is my candidate got in. It's gonna be a better country. I'm kind of glad he did get in because Kamala Harris wanted to control what we said on social media. I mean, I couldn't go live and talk to my supporters unless it had to do with her. See, and that's what she wanted. She wanted some kind of communist, socialist type situation. And I wasn't gonna have that. And I know a lot of people, a lot of influencers weren't gonna have that either. Yeah, well, a lot of the Amish usually don't vote because they're non-political, they don't really have a candidate. But when they found out that Kamala wanted to actually take away their citizenships and kick them out of the country, then they decided to vote for Trump. See, people don't know that. See, Kamala was going towards the socialist, communist type rule, and that's what she wanted. And all these undocumented immigrants are going back home. Yep. I'm pretty sure he's going to have an exportation of all these people. Thank God now I can start taking my cats outside again. I was afraid because I thought maybe they were going to eat them up or something. I mean, we got immigrants that moved in the neighborhood that seriously, as soon as they moved in, no joke, the cats, the stray cats and dogs, they all gone missing, and that's no joke, man. Shit. That's why when that came out, I'm just kind of put two and two together. That's actually correct. It actually happens. I mean, I never seen it, but still. But at least I can get off the political thing now because Trump's going to be in office The next 4 years is going to be great. Gas prices going down. We ain't got to choose between food and our meds or rent and our meds. We can, senior citizens can, breathe easier. The people on disability can breathe easier. I mean, Trump is like, Trump is the best thing that, I always thought that, thought that God spared Trump's life those 3 times because he wanted to save this country. He wanted to save the world. Trump was in office. There were no wars. He stopped World War III 3 times when he was in office last time. So how you doing this morning, Ron? Ron Weasley. One of my many supporters. Good guy actually. I work part time. People know I do odd jobs and stuff, working part time. Mostly landscape. Was getting toward winter now. Yeah, this winter I think I'm gonna literally build me a motorized bike from scratch and maybe do what I want to do this a lot of the stuff like with Bigfoot. It's really hard for me to do Bigfoot because a lot of the local officials, when I start going out of town toward the Bigfoot Sasquatch area where I study, do research. Yeah, yeah, it was all because everybody wants change. Everybody wants Kamala and Biden out of there. They didn't do nothing for this country. They almost started World War III. Um, but yeah, it's like I mean, they wouldn't help North Carolina at all when all that flooding and stuff happened. Get up here. Yeah, local officials try to stop me from. They always try to stop me from Bigfoot hunting. They want people in this area to know that those creatures are even around here. No. Yeah. So it's like, Hey, Jared, how you doing? Trump 2024, you bet. You bet. He won, man. Hands down. He won by landslide, man. He won by landslide. Yeah, I was just telling my viewers that this summer sometime I'm going to take a... God is great, CT. God is great, man. I always believed that God intervened in those 3... Yes, landslide. In those 3 attempted murders on Trump's life, God intervened for a reason, saved his life for a reason, so he can save the world in a non-religious type way. Um, because Trump stopped 3 world wars from happening when he was in office last time, and this time around, last 4 years, we've gotten into so much conflict with Biden and Kamala in there. Trump needs to put his hand down and make the world at peace again, That gas prices would be going down, which means we can go farther than ever on our motorized bikes. mm, mm, mm. Yeah, it's pretty sad when you when you're disabled. I mean, really disabled, physically disabled, and you got a lot of issues with maneuvering, and you have to go back to work. Oh yeah, definitely got to work, CT. Got to work. Got to make that money. Got to make that money. Yeah, have a good day, CT. Gotta definitely make some money, you know. And being that the economy is going to be where it was when Trump was in office, that it's going to be a lot, you know, incomes are going to be a lot better. Like I said before, people don't have to choose between rent and medication or rent and groceries, you know. Uh, it's just, man. I seen at midnight last night. I seen that 277 on Trump's side. Uh, that 277 on Trump's, and I'm like, damn, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. The economy's gonna go back. People can start breathing easier now, you know. And then they claim that after Trump, J.D. Vance is going to take it for the next 8 years after that. If Trump makes this nation as great as it was when he was in office last time, J.D. Vance will have no problem getting the next presidency. I mean, and people don't realize that they keep calling us warmongers and stuff, but there were no wars during Trump. Hell, there were no wars during Bush. Any Republican, there was no wars ever started. It was always during the Democrats' reign of terror that we would have a war or a disagreement with a country, or you know. If I was on my if I had my computer up, my laptop is down right now. I do that live stream app where I can have people up here, but you know, I don't. I gotta get me another computer. Hey, I'm a piece of garbage. I'm a piece of garbage voting for a felon. Uh, voting for a felon, man. I'm a piece of garbage, man. You know, but of course that's what I get for being in a cult. You know, because they say that Republicans are in a cult. No, Republicans aren't in a cult. We just don't ain't gonna stand. We ain't sheep. We ain't gonna let things go by. We ain't gonna let the current administration dictate to us how we should live and what we should do, and just oh yes sir, like you know, like a slave would, you know. I mean that in fact. Speaking of, I'm glad she didn't get in there because how am I gonna pay reparations to black people who were never slaves to get money from a guy who was never a slave owner? I mean that's just straight racism across the board. That's dictatorship. That's socialism. That's fascist right there. You know, it's like and speaking of that, I did research on the entire American slavery history. Do you know that 70% of the slaves back then were white people? Only 30% were black? I bet you didn't know that. I didn't know that until I looked it up. That's pretty amazing. So who's going to pay reparations to us? It's pretty amazing when you know they take parts of history to fit their narrative, and it just if we're going to take history and use history as a reason for doing something. I know my family came over here after all that slavery stuff. You know, so how you gonna make me pay if someone who wasn't even here had nothing to do with it? You know, whose family had nothing to do with it. How you gonna make me pay? Take what was it? They would take she was planning on all white Americans taking 40% of their paychecks. 40%. I mean, that's being a dictator right there. That's just being a dictator, socialist. You know, that's straight racism across the board. You know. I hope to God that Trump gets rid of these undocumented immigrants and all these people that were shipped in. I hope he's gone, man. I hope he makes them gone, man, because they are definitely playing havoc on our society. Oh, yeah, I was on my friend's live last night. Jared, he's a motorized bike enthusiast. He's motorized bikes are his thing, man. He lives, sleeps, eats motorized bikes. I mean, that's his whole thing, you know. And when I first got into it, I started watching. Well, actually, I made a video on my little blue bike I had, and I called it my Bigfoot mobile. And he thought when he first hooked into me that I was hunting Bigfoot on my motorized bike, even though I have done it already. So yeah, yeah, exactly, Jared. Exactly. Uh, yes, it's very. They do make a factory makes them, but yes, I can make a 3 wheel electric bike. That's not a problem. Yeah, they are flipping out big time. Oh, we cheated. How did we cheat in the election when it was Democrat controlled? Answer me that. The election was Democrat controlled, but the Republicans cheated. Oh, your equilibrium's messed up, huh, Ron? A 3 wheel bike, you can actually get an electric motor to adapt to it if you can get a 3 wheel 3 wheel electric motorized kit to adapt to it, so you can, you know. And a lot of senior citizens or a lot of disabled people use the electric stuff. You know, the gas powered ones are more for us guys who like to tinker and stuff. Kind of like Jerry, he likes to tear them apart and see how fast they go. Kind of like me, but lately I haven't been on the bike lately. I've been working so much, been having to work. You know, I mean, I get retirement, but still, with the current administration, I had to work too. You know, I mean, but now that Trump's in office, hopefully I can go back to living off my retirement and and live my life the way I've been wanting to live. Because before Biden, I was had a lot of videos. I did all kinds of videos and stuff. But you know, lately when last couple of years I've had to work, I couldn't even uh, get into doing videos. I did them once in a while. You know. Yeah, I know. I was watching the news this morning. They were flipping out like crazy, man. They were flipping out. Oh, the cult cheated. Well, we're a cult and we're pieces of garbage. So you know, yeah, you gotta watch us. You know, it was pretty sad when it was Democrat controlled election. but the Republicans won. Republicans also won the House, and we won the Senate. Thanks, Jared. Yeah, last night I was looking a little rough. Yeah, my retirement that got cut. I was making 4,500 a month. I'm now making 3,500 a month. You know, and the when I contacted the Social Security Administration, they said it was Bidenomics. They basically dipped into the veterans' pay, and that's where they got some of the money from to send to Ukraine. You know, this is why a lot of veterans didn't vote for Kamala because I mean you're taking our money. You want us just to sit back and just let you run the country? Yeah. Okay. Um. Cat Phil. Come here. Come on. Get up here. Get up here. Get up here. Oh. Yeah, I definitely got a three wheeler I'm working on. I'm gonna put a regular gas motor on it. Probably a four stroke. You know, Jared was telling me, oh yeah, hey, when I go to Starbucks, I steal at least I steal at least one mug. I steal at least one mug, man. It's a souvenir. Ah, ah, oh. See? See? Oh. Oh. Kitty, kitty. Oh. You say hi to everybody? Oh. Oh. She's a good kitty. God, she's old though. She's about 7 or 8 years old. Mm. Still feisty as hell. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. That's this one. And when her sister's over there. I'm surprised she isn't up crawling over me because she's real cuddly. The other one is the black and white one I have. And I got her. She's all black. Oh. Yeah, you can sit here all day like this, huh? Take you out on a motorized bike with me, huh? Although you don't sit still. The other cat I have, I'll get her up on a motorized bike. If I have a basket, I'll put a basket on and when I take them for rides. And the one cat will sit in the basket. She'll be like her eyes will be big and because of the vibrations from the bike. But she'll stay there. This one here will jump out. She won't go anywhere near it. uh, I tried to get some video on that, but it's pretty hard dealing with cats and dealing with a camera at the same time. Although I could put my helmet cam on. I got a bicycle helmet that I can attach the camera to. I gotta get some attachments to where I can get one of those chest straps where you can cause I got GoPro. I can put my GoPro right here, and that way it can film everything. Right now I put it on my helmet, and I notice it's a little bit higher up, so I gotta always tilt my head and stuff. And when I'm walking through the woods on Sasquatch, I wore my helmet cam one time through the woods on one video through the Sasquatch woods, and it was all right, but and it kept my hands free, which was nice. But I want one of those chest holders, because it makes the picture more even. Um, and when I'm riding my motorized bike, you can see the speedometer and see what I'm actually looking at. Uh, oh, oh, she's so cuddly. She's every morning. She's always says morning to me. She's always cuddly in the morning. Usually, this one will sleep with me, but she'll sleep like at the foot of the bed, and the other one will curl up with me. And last night, for some reason, she curled right up with me. This one here. Uh, yeah, she's purring like crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I'd definitely be. I think this winter when I start working on the three wheeler and stuff and the camper and stuff, I think I'm gonna make videos the whole time. That way you guys can hear me cuss and swear as I hit my finger with a hammer or drill or something. I have an idea on what type of camper I'm gonna make. Um, it's something that I haven't seen as far as motorized bikes. A camper for the bicycle, a bicycle camper. If you go online, if you go on YouTube and type in bicycle campers, Ron, you'll see all the bicycle campers out there. People got all kinds of homemade different styles and luxuries in their campers. And I want to do one that I've seen something close to what I'm thinking about doing, but not so much. And I want to be the first one to do it, you know. And oh, cool, cool. I wish I had the streaming app to where I can have people come up, but I don't have on my phone. I'm on my phone, so it's kind of hard to do that right now. Um, but yeah, I want to. Once I get myself situated, now that Trump's in office, I'll be able to uh, start stacking money away and have a little savings. Yeah, it's what we're talking about. What I'm talking about is a camper that you pull behind your bike. It's a small miniature camper. But like I said, you just type in bicycle campers on YouTube, and it'll take you to a bunch of videos of people making little tiny bicycle campers. They're miniature campers, and basically, like Jared said the other night, they're coffins you pull behind your bike. I thought that was funny. Mm, yeah, they're not coffins, but some of them look like it. Hey Jared, I thought of you the other day. I found that I don't smoke weed anymore. I used to smoke weed for a long time, but I don't smoke weed anymore. And I found this old bong I had from college days. I mean, I think it's old, a glass bong. And the guy next door, he's really heavy into his weed. He loves smoking his weed. He's always rolling blunts and stuff. I go, don't you have a pipe or a bong or anything? He goes, man, I wish I had a bong. So I went in the closet. So I went in the closet and I went through my stuff. And I still had my bong. I'm like, I just give this away. It's not doing me any good. So I gave a man, his eyes lit up like crazy, man. I go, here, you want this? He goes, how much you want? I said, do you want this? He thought I was trying to sell it to him. And I'm like, man, if I give you something, if I ask you if you want something, doesn't mean if there's a money sign along with that, do you want this? It means it's free. And that's the way, well, that's the way it's been in the Biden Harris administration. People won't give stuff away. The charities are few and far between. But now that Trump's coming back into office and people can be nicer to each other because the money won't be so tight. It'd be. But even if it doesn't matter who is in office, I give to people all the time. I always look at it this way, man. one hand washes the other. Because eventually, someday, he'll have some. You know, he might he might throw something back my way. He might not. You know, I don't care. You know. Yeah, they do have campers. They have pop up campers for motorcycles, and some of those motorcycle campers you can pull behind on a motorized bike. I've actually seen people do it. I've got a camper. It's from 1972. It's an old camper. It's a pop up. Um, that it's actually small enough on my three wheeler I could pull. Uh, this is before I put a motor on it. I haven't put a motor on it yet, but I mean, the one I'm gonna take out on the road, I'm gonna literally build the frame out of iron and stuff. I'm gonna make that nice heavy. I have to make it nice and heavy like that. I'm gonna make it an extended, real long fork to where um, I can turn the steering wheel, but from a distance. It's gonna be about a 2 to 3 foot span between the handlebars and the front wheel, which means I'm gonna have to have a. There you go. Hey, you know, you're in Georgia, right, Ron? Because if you are, that's a good area. I mean, I've been watching this Bigfoot club I belong to, man. Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, that whole entire area down there in the southern swampy part of the U.S. And Bigfoot is like abundant down there, you know, and they get reports of sightings. I'm not talking to the BFRO. That's Matt Moneymaker. He's a joke. So, yeah, yeah. Bear Swamp has come out up a lot in the conversations that I've been having with people. Bear Swamp is a big hot spot for them, you know. And the thing is out there you gotta be careful because from what I hear they do attack camps. They actually rummage through looking for food and stuff. You know, mostly Bigfoot is. The ones lately are just been scavengers. I haven't heard of any of them really attacking people, but I mean not lately. I mean I know they attack people, but they rather scavenge for food and kill a deer before they kill a human. But if they're really hungry and they haven't had nothing to eat, and since people are the easiest prey ever because we're very manipulative, that's why they learn how to make sounds and people hear them talking once in a while in like a gibberish. We're curious, so they'll start talking in their gibberish, knowing that will lure us in and we'll be right in their sights. You gotta be careful of that. You hear any tree knocks, don't go near the sound of the tree knocks. Just stay where you're at and keep doing your own thing like you didn't hear it. Because if you ignore it, if they know they got your attention, then they'll try to do something else to get your attention and try to lure you in. But yeah, if you just because I'm so used to hearing stuff like that, I just really don't. I know what it is, you know. Yes, hunters go missing because of the cryptids. There are, oh, I've heard there are dogmen down there, Bigfoot, yeah. That is one area that a lot of Bigfoot researchers will not go to because we know there's a lot of aggressive Bigfoot and other cryptids that haven't been discovered yet. There's so much stuff in that area uh, that I want to get down there and research. But if I go down there and research, uh, I'm not gonna take a motorized bike with me. I'm gonna take a vehicle with me. Uh, Although I might just take a motorized bike. Might go down there camping one night, you know. But now that Trump's in office, it won't be till January 5th when he can start making his policies and stuff. You know, I figure next year I'll be able to stack away some cash and get some money saved up and relax a little bit because I can live more off my retirement then, and I don't have to take all these second jobs and third jobs and stuff. You know, I still work part time for Timu. Yeah, I heard the Tennessee River is pretty good for fishing. So, um, um, people asked me one time, with so many people fishing in the world, why don't ever the fish ever run out? You gotta realize that fish spawn. You know, there's a main spawning season in the spring, and when they spawn and they have their little babies, their little minnows, they they spawn thousands and thousands of eggs. You know, I mean, so yeah, the fish population never run out. You know, that's why some spots that are overfished, where there's hardly any fish left in the lake, they'll put a no fishing ban on that lake. You know, or a catch and release because the fact that they want to rebuild the population. It only take 1 or 2 seasons, and the population be rebuilt. But then they'll have like a one limit or a two limit on and then after that it's catch and release. But that's how they regulate and keep fish in there because fish is very good in nutrients and vitamins and vitamins. Sound like Bear Gillis. Vitamins. Yeah, I watch Bear Gillis a lot, man. You know, I got a story on him, but I think I'll save that for another time. But yeah, yeah, I'll definitely be doing some motorized bikes again. I mean, I won't be. I mean, there's gonna be snow and ice up here because I'm in the north. But you know, I probably won't be able to get out on my bike much. But I'll be able to as I'm building my three wheeler, as I'm building it, I'm gonna make videos and stuff of it, you know, or I might just build it and make a video afterwards to show people what I did. Because running a camera and working on a bike, my concentration needs to be stuck on one thing. So I might just build it and then show people what I did afterwards, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna get me another cup of coffee. I'll be back in a sec. One sec. Ugh. I got so many ideas. So many ideas for the camper build I have. I got so many different ideas. I watch all kinds of bicycle camper type videos, and a lot of their creations are excellent in how to build them. And Jared told me he wanted me to go with Coroplast like some of the campers do. The problem is with Coroplast, if you get going too fast, it'll rip apart. And so I think I'm gonna stick with my old adage. I think I'm gonna use balsa wood and some styrofoam and make a really light camper. But like the floor of the camper's got to be solid, so it's got to be like plywood or something, you know. Uh, Especially the idea I come up with. I was thinking about the weight and stuff because I want to attach it to the three wheel bike. But in order to do that, I gotta figure out the balance of it so I don't crawl in it. And as I crawl in it, my weight in it pop the bike up. You know, I'm sure there's ways of doing it. Where there's a will, there's a way. Uh, uh, I definitely want to get on a motorized bike. It's amazing. Just oh, I'm constantly always thinking about that three wheeler, man. I just gotta get me some iron and I got some old bike parts. I'm gonna take off the other bikes and of all those bikes, I'm gonna make my own three wheeler. I'm gonna get some like uh, either cast or wrought iron type steel and make the bike out of steel. And it's gonna be a little heavy, but I need it heavy, especially with what I'm gonna do with the camper part of it, you know. So I need it a little heavy, which means if I do a 4-stroke, I'm gonna have to put at least a 60 tooth on there because I need the torque. Hey, Tracker, how you doing? Heart of Dixie, there we go. How you doing, Tracker A? Yeah, she's a Bigfoot enthusiast, Tracker A. Yeah, I was telling these guys maybe I should use a motorized bicycle and go Bigfoot hunt with it. I mean, people don't realize. Oh, I'm gonna have my car or a truck so I get the hell out of there. You don't realize that Sasquatch can move. You know, for every 5 or 6 steps we take, it can take one, maybe 2 steps, and it'll be on top of us. And which means, so when they run, they can run good and fast. They can run, you know, they can catch a car just as fast as they can catch a motorized bike. And people don't realize these creatures, even though they're big and bulky, they're born in the woods. They're born in the wild. So they use everything. Yeah. They were clocked. I think the fastest one was clocked was 62, 60 or 62. I remember one of the researchers on a different channel telling me that they clocked one at about 60 or 62 was the fastest. He said, but the record is 55. The standard record is 55. So it's like if you're in a van or on a bicycle, it doesn't matter what you're in. If they want you, they're gonna get you. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Something like that. But the standard is they can run. They can run really fast. They can. And that's why you never want to provoke them because remember they're born in the wild. They're going to use everything in the wild to their advantage. Okay, they say, oh, they camouflage themselves. They turn invisible. No, they don't turn invisible. What they do is they learn how to blend into their surroundings. So it looks like they disappear when they're standing right there because they know how to do. They from the day they're born to the day they die, they practice it every day. It's you know if you practice something every day and you get good at it, hey, you know, I mean, and oh they you know, because a lot of times people see them walking upright. Well, when they go to blend into their surroundings, they actually get down on all fours, and then they run, and then that's how they move without you seeing them because you're used to seeing them up here, and they're really down here on their all four of them, you know, on their all fours running, and it looks like they disappeared, but they didn't. They're actually right there. You know, they're just down on all fours, and when they move to a different spot and they stand back up and make it so you can see them, it looks. Oh, he teleported. No, he didn't teleport. He just manipulated your eyesight. You know, he manipulated you watching them. You know, remember they live in the woods. They practice stuff like this every single day of their lives. They're an apex predator, so yeah, they're gonna, you know, and all these orbs are coming off them. No, those orbs are not orbs. What paranormal orbs? Regardless of what people have experienced. I mean, some people go into paranormal areas where they will use a ghost box, think they're talking to a Sasquatch, but Sasquatch don't talk to a paranormal. They're not paranormal at all. They're a flesh and blood creature like most animals out there, or most earthbound creatures are, and they're not from outer space either. I don't want to hear that crap, you know. You know, oh, they go into a different interdimensional. If these creatures are interdimensional or from outer space, and they're that intelligent, why wouldn't they learn our language and communicate with us? You know, that's how I debunk that whole interdimensional type, you know, outer space type deal. Because if you can do all this, like open a portal, what are the bright lights we see when they appear? Those bright lights. Okay, let me give you a little rundown. Sasquatch, most Sasquatch, they usually try to go to an area with a lot of methane type tunnels or gases and stuff, because they can breathe the methane. We can't. So they will find a tunnel with methane in it, and they will crawl in there for their safety because they know that we can't uh, breathe in there. I mean, they are intelligent. I mean, they may not speak our language, but they are intelligent. So when they crawl out of those methane tunnels, and all this methane is in their fur, when they hit oxygen, it lights up. It's a chemical reaction to the oxygen in the air, and it makes a bright light. So it looks like they appear. No, it's just that the light goes on so you can see they're there. So it's like and then as they're walking through the woods, the methane is coming off their fur, and you see these little orbs, and that's what that is. But that's from me studying them and witnessing what that actually is. So I've witnessed actually what that is, and after they left the tunnels, I went up to the tunnels and I checked it out, and the tunnels and caves they were in were just filled with methane. I took a detector with me, and it right off that was methane. So and they were in there breathing this stuff. So I couldn't walk more than about 10 feet into the cave without having to come out for air. So it's like. But yeah, that's what the orbs and stuff are. I mean, they're not really. They're not transporting in from a different dimension. That's the bright light people see. And the orbs are the methane gas releasing from the fur. So it's like, and I mean, if you want to know the history of Bigfoot, and the old biblical type, because they've been here since the beginning of time. There are some Sasquatch that can speak certain languages. They can't speak paragraphs of certain languages that I have ran across. Yeah, well, I've never had the experience of mind speak. I've actually witnessed these creatures actually open their mouth and talk to people. They never talk to me, but people I was with, uh, uh, on a hunt one time or on a research, they talk to them, and you can hear what they're saying, and it's like everyone around can hear what they're saying, but they only can speak certain paragraphs. They can't lead a full conversation. So what I think they do is they just repeat what they hear. And but yeah, there are Sasquatches. People say that speak to me through my mind and stuff. Now, I've never had that experience. I've never talked to anybody about that experience. But I've talked to people where they have spoken to that person, but with their mouth. It wasn't no mind speak. Although there's been plenty of reports that they do speak with their mind, and it's like I wish to God I can experience that because I'm not saying it's not real. I'm saying it is very much real. It's just I've never experienced it. And there were some pretty reputable people that were claiming that they were being spoke to through their mind by these creatures, and I'm like, and there's just so many reports of mind speak that I want to experience it. I mean, I've experienced the verbal communication between a Sasquatch and another person. I've experienced that. I mean, I've witnessed that. But yeah. Yeah, a lot of people who are open to telekinesis and telepathic, you know, and a lot of people whose minds are open to that. Like my mind, apparently is not open to that. So I don't know if they try to mind speak with me or not. But it's not that I don't believe in it. It's just that I have had that. That's one experience I have yet to experience, and maybe I'll never experience it. But um, but yeah, there are some Sasquatches that can do it, that can do that and speak our languages. But what I'm saying is, I think what it is they just mimic what we say, and because I have yet to find. I mean, they are intelligent. They will leave signs on the ground. The half circles, like on some of my intros, one with a half circle, that was something a Sasquatch made. That that is the Greek letter omega. It stands for omega, and and that tree has been either cut down or taken down or something. Behind that omega, there was a hole, a pit that was never there. The pit is still there, but the tree is gone, including the roots and everything are gone. So it's like, and I know my boss's son went out and cut it down. He wouldn't take he'd just leave the stump there. He wouldn't mess with, but the stump and everything for this tree is gone. So it's like, who knows. Ah, damn. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I've been working on a couple projects lately. I've been helping the landlord clean out some apartments. Oh, you come back up here, huh? Say hi to everybody, huh? Mm, mm. Oh, you want to cuddle, huh? Yeah. Think I'm gonna get off here. I just kind of glad that Trump won finally. Come January when he starts writing into law all those new laws and stuff that will abolish most of the crap that we had to abide by. Make more money. Thanks, Tracker A. Uh, Her name's Pepper. My niece named the cats. I got another one over there that's half black and half white. Her name's Salt. Oh, I'm so glad. Because now it comes January when all the prices and stuff go back down, and I can start stacking some money away. I can start stacking money away. Um, Thanks, Jared. Thanks, Jared. Well, I'm not signing off just yet, but I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit, finish my coffee, and wake up a little bit. I actually just woke up and figured I'd comb my hair, go on and celebrate the winning of my candidate. I mean, you know, just I had to grab my pussy, and come on here. So and when Trump said grab him by the pussy, I think they were talking about cats. Oh, yeah. So are you, Jared. Everyone's a winner this morning. Everyone's a winner this morning. But see, I got a feeling before Trump and Kamala actually leave office, I think between now and January 5th, I think they're going to start a bunch of crap with other countries and leave it chaotic for when Trump comes in. You know, that's my biggest fear right there is that they start a bunch of crap with other countries and just leave it so when the administration switches over, he's in a world of hurt. That's the biggest fear I have. They've done nothing but start wars, and when they did the pullout, Trump was Trump said that if he did the pullout, what he was in any weapons and anything they left behind, they left behind, he would, or they couldn't bring with them, uh, he'd go and he'd just bomb the entire base and destroy everything. But Biden didn't do that. He just left all the weapons there for the Taliban to come in and get. See, the thing is that we had the most powerful, the most capable weapons that no one can beat, or outdo. But now the Taliban has our technology, so because of Biden. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Russia is a good country. Don't get me wrong. You got to remember, Ukraine's the one that started that war, not Putin. If you go back in time and you look at this, Ukraine's the one that started it. Ukraine's the warmonger in this, and it only started because Biden and Kamala put their 2 cents in where it didn't belong, and that's how the war started. See, they were trying to push. Yeah, yeah. I'm waiting for the BLM rights to start up too. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because every time something with Trump, the BLM, the Democrats get the BLM going and get a rise out of them. Because they're really get a rise out of them because now white people don't have to pay their reparations to black people. I mean, why would I have to? Like I said, why would I have to pay um, a black person for owning a slave for slaves I didn't own to a person that was never a slave to begin with, or their family. That's fascism. That's racism across the board. It's being a dictator. Oh yeah, a lot of cities are going to burn. I mean, the Democrats. The Democrats are the ones that start the wars and the riots and everything. Of course, they want to blame the Republicans. Tell me one time that a Republican ever started a war with anybody. We haven't. Tell me one time that a Republican has ever. I've never met a racist Republican. I never have. I've never met a racist. Even all these people who claim to be neo-Nazi and stuff, they do it for Christian. Hell, I know 3 neo-Nazis that are dating black women. It's basically neo-Nazism is just a fad that a kid goes through, and it's not really a. They they, they get into it. The military can use lethal force. However, Trump's not going to let that happen. On its okay, the amendment stops the government from the military using the military against us, our own military against us. And the reason is that Trump has no control on. I mean, Trump has to go through channels in order to use the military for any American use. He has to go through the House and the Senate. And even though they're now Republican run, they still will say, why would you be using our military on people, on the American people that voted you in? He's not going to do that. That was just a talking point. That was just a talking point that Kamala was trying to use to downplay Republican Party. That was all a lie. Trump's not going to use the. Trump may use the military to go after his enemies, after the people trying to stop him from doing right for the people. And when he said enemies, he meant like Kamala, Biden. He meant people like that old. Oh, okay, I can't think of her name. Brain fart. Yeah, it just. Let's see. Uh, yeah, it was signed into the Constitution. You can't use the military against the American people. Besides the commanders, he's the commander in chief, and he can control the military, but he cannot. The minute the military, he goes, okay, I want you to go after. I want you to go after Illinois because they're a blue state. The minute he says something like that, the military can deny that order and not do it because the fact that that's when the military can stand aside of the president order because the military actually has more control on the military itself than the president does. And like I said, it has to go through the House and the Senate and all that. But see, Trump would never do that. Now, Kamala and Biden would. They've done it already, you know. This is why during the so-called insurrection of January 6th, when the National Guard was called, and they were called, they never showed up. And the reason they never showed up is because you can't use the military on American people. American military on American people. You can't use the... That's why they never showed up. And the Democrats want to play that out. Want to play that out to, oh, he didn't call the military. He did call the military. But, or he didn't call them, that one bitch that's in office in Congress there. What's her name? I can't think of her name. It'll come to me. Wanted to call the National Guard, but she was told that the National Guard is not going to fire on its own people. See, they just can't do that. That's why during the insurrection, no military was called in because the fact that it's illegal. Nancy Pelosi, that's it. Nancy Pelosi, that's it. Even Nancy wanted to call the military in, but she was told to stand down because you can't use the military against American military against American people. That's why during the insurrection, the military never showed up. But the Democrats want to make that a talking point, saying, "Hey, he could have called the military in." No, he couldn't have. If you look at the Constitution and the amendments and everything, the government cannot use the American military on American people. And remember, the Constitution was written. Constitution was written after the Civil War, so it's like, you know, and it would just stop stuff from happening, like such as, you know, yeah, Nancy Pelosi, that's it. She caused so much chaos while she was in office, and she's going to be out of office. I mean, the Republicans control everything now: the presidency, the House, the Senate. They control everything. So, as far as this country getting back to where it was and the way it was, is a very, very correct thing. I mean, it's going to be a lot better because of the fact that we control everything and we're able to put a stop to a lot of this crap that Kamala and Joe Biden, you know. I mean, you ever watch some of Joe Biden's rallies and stuff? I mean, he's out there sniffing kids and sniffing. Why the hell are you sniffing people? And it's like he. I'm just wondering if he's cannibalistic. I really wonder, man. That dude is just weird, man. Mm. No, actually, Biden. Yeah, yeah. Biden cannot use the military against us. He cannot sign anything into law to use the military against us. The minute he does that, he will get charged with treason. He will then, because that will fall under conspiracy, you know, and that would fall under dictatorship and what's that called? Socialism and communism. Yeah. And besides, the House and the Senate wouldn't let it pass. He's got to go through. And we had control of the Senate and I think the Senate and the House too. I'm not sure, when during this administration. So yeah, he was a kid sniffer, all right. He even bragged about how he liked to have little kids on his lap and stuff. That was just disgusting, man. And no one ever investigated him. And that's what the sad part is. I bet if they would have investigated him on that kitty sniffer stuff, I bet they would have found some stuff they didn't like. That burns. Put some rubbing alcohol on my kitty scratched me when she got down. I gotta clip her nails again. Oh, that burns. Oh well, it'll heal. Won't get infected anyway. One thing about having cats, they do like to, once in a while they'll scratch you accidentally. But that's alright. I still love you. Yes, you look at me. Oh. Oh, well, you guys have a good day. I am going to sign off now. God bless you. And welcome to the great America. The new America that we so proudly deserve. Trump 2024. I'm Jim with Life's Adventures, keeping it real. Y'all have a good day now. God bless you.